Today, we will discuss topics such as the results of the Pratyantar Dasha of Mars within the Mahadasha of Jupiter, based on Chapter 61, Shloka 1 of the Brihat Hora Shastra. This specific astrological dynamic requires careful attention to both the scriptural text and the underlying calculations. In this explainer, we're going to unpack exactly how Maharshi Parashar structured this knowledge. We'll be moving systematically from the classical verse itself straight into the rigorous mathematical frameworks used to calculate these micro-timelines. Here is our roadmap for this deep dive. First, we'll do an analysis of Shloka 1. Second, we'll explore the interpretations across various bhavas. Third, we'll cover significance and remedial measures. Fourth, we'll break down the mathematical Pratyantar framework. Fifth, we'll calculate the Sukshmantar Dasha and Pranadasha. And finally, we'll look at the Kala Chakra Dasha Antardasha durations. Let's jump right into Section 1, our analysis of Chapter 61. Shloka 1. To truly grasp the results of the Pratyantar Dasha of Mars within the Mahadasha of Jupiter, we have to go straight to the source text. Looking closely at the original Sanskrit formulation provided by Maharishi Parashara, we find the core energetic signature of this planetary combination. The beauty of this text is that it leaves absolutely nothing to guesswork. It's a highly structured codification of cosmic timelines. But to understand it, as researchers and practitioners, we've got to roll up our sleeves and decode it word by word. By breaking the verse down via Upanishad, which is the traditional method of splitting those complex Sanskrit compounds, we can clearly map each Sanskrit term to its simple English meaning. This structural breakdown is absolutely crucial because it ensures zero ambiguity in our translation. Right away, we see how the text explicitly binds the major period of Jupiter, the great benefic, with the sub-period of Mars, the fiery commander. The interaction between these two entirely distinct planetary natures is exactly what forms the basis of the Dashafala, or the predictive results, that follow. Now, let's look at Section 2, Interpretations across various bhavas. You see, the results of Mars within Jupiter's period are not static. They shift dramatically depending on the spatial orientation of the planets at the exact time of birth. By cross-referencing the placements of Mars across various bhavas or houses, we get a clear, applicative framework for interpretation. For instance, the text points out that if Mars is situated in specific alignments, say being the lord of certain difficult houses, that fiery, martial nature of Mars can actually override the expansive wisdom of Jupiter. This creates friction. So the key takeaway here is that we must always weigh the inherent nature of the planet against the specific bhava it commands. Moving on to Section 3, Significance and Remedial Measures. Grasping the astrological weight of these outcomes dictates exactly how we mitigate any negative effects. You see, the Brihat Hora Shastra doesn't just diagnose cosmic challenges and leave you hanging, it provides highly specific, actionable prescriptions. As grounded in the classical text, if Mars causes physical distress or mental agony, specifically as the lord of the second or the seventh house, the text doesn't suggest a generic one-size-fits-all solution. The prescribed remedial measure to obtain relief from these evil effects and to secure gains is the charitable donation of a bull. This really highlights the highly tailored nature of Vedic remedies, tying the physical symbol of agricultural and commanding power, the bull, directly to the martial energy of Mars. All right, Section 4, the Vimshatari Pratyantar Chakra Framework. Before we can predict what will happen in the Pratyantara Dasha of Mars, we need to know exactly when it occurs. To derive the Pratyantara Dasha, we utilize a remarkably elegant mathematical formula. Step 1. We systematically multiply the Antardasha period by the specific planet's allotted dasha years. Step 2, we then divide that product by the system's baseline constant. This proportionate calculation allows us to nest timelines within timelines, literally drilling down from decades to mere months or days. Think of it like using a digital calendar. You start at the yearly view, zoom into a specific month, and then dive down to an exact hour. And the crucial point here is that this constant denominator in the Vimshatri system is always 120. This number isn't just arbitrary, it represents the total maximum lifespan in years allotted to a human being within the Vimshatri Dasha system. So every sub-period and sub-sub-period is simply a fractal percentage of this ultimate 120-year cosmic cycle. Let's zoom in even further in Section 5, Sukshmantar Dasha and Pranadasha. If you thought the Pratyantar calculation was precise, these next calculations take us down to the scale of hours and minutes. The mathematical formula for determining the Sukshmantar Dasha perfectly mirrors the framework we just discussed. It acts as a continuous fractal division of the Pratyantar period. Here, we multiply the Pradyantar Dasa periods separately for each planet by the Dasa years of that specific planet, and then, once again, divide that product by our constant of 120.
This example brilliantly illustrates the mathematics in action. Let's look at the calculation for the sun's Sukshmantarta Dasha, occurring entirely within the sun's own Pratyantara. The Dasa period of the sun is 6 years. The Pratyantar Dasha in this example is 324 Gatikas. So we multiply 324 by 6, which gives us 1944. We then divide 1944 by 120. The result? A highly precise time signature of 16 Gatikas and 12 Polas. These are ancient Vedic units of time that are equivalent to exact hours and minutes. Having this level of mathematical granularity in such an ancient text is absolutely astonishing.
Continuing this rigorous mathematical division, we arrive at the Prana Dasha, or the vital subperiod. This is calculated by further distilling the Sukshamantar Dasha using identical mathematical proportions. We take the Sukshama period, multiply it by the planet's allotted years, and divide by 121 more time. Through this recursive mathematics, the broad strokes of a Jupiter Mahadasha are refined all the way down to the exact breadth, or prana, of a Mars subperiod. Finally, Section 6, Kalachakra Dasha Antardasha Durations. Now, applying these structured mathematical principles to an entirely different timeline system, practitioners rely on the ancient structural logic detailed in the source texts to calculate the precise subperiod durations mandated by the Kalachakra system. While Vamshaltari relies on that 120-year constant based on nakshatras, the Kalachakra utilizes a completely different cosmic architecture. The text provides specific tabular layouts and directional rules that govern exactly how the wheel of time, or the Kalachakra, turns. While the foundational concept of nested timelines remains exactly the same, the mathematical ratios adjust to fit the specific parameters of this unique dasha framework. It's a true testament to the incredible versatility and depth of Parashar's teachings.
On behalf of the Vedmata AI family, we humbly request that if you found our presentation enlightening, please share our video widely so that authentic knowledge from Indian Vedic texts can reach the masses. Let us all come together to participate in this Gyan Yagya, sacrificial offering of knowledge. Har Har Mahadev!